Hey everybody, this is Matt.
Scott.
Douchebag.
Also known as Tony, and this is the OSS podcast.
First ever.
First ever one, hopping in, you know. Getting it started, you know. Anyway, at first we're just going to talk about some of the stuff we've been doing on the site. You know, we started open source for thesoul.com just a couple weeks ago and have been putting up videos and stuff. And, you know, yeah, we know there's thousands of Let's Players on YouTube. Really. There are. You know, there's lots of sites. So we just wanted to, you know, try out producing some content and having some fun ourselves, you know?
Exactly.
What are we, the choir?
It's a one-way street. Just like, praise! Alright, come on, you guys. Go back at me.
Oh, man. Oh, shoot.
Well, I've been doing Let's Plays for, like, 2 years, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at your board right now, Scott. You go ham. I'm going to be honest with you.
Very organized.
Yeah. More organized than me, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, half of that stuff's irrelevant now, actually.
Yeah. Now, hold on here. Now, hold on. When you have movies to see, are you going to show that on YouTube? I don't think that's legal.
No.
That shouldn't be legal.
It's my personal list.
No. I don't believe that. This is all business right here. Red is... Well, I guess that is red, isn't it? Okay, well, yeah. I done did.
Honestly, I just used different colors because I wanted to.
Red, white, and black?
Well, he's alternating red and blue up there. See, well, this is a great subject to talk about. It's just like...
We're just talking about my whiteboard that they can't
Just take a picture of it and put it up on the
I want you all to know that this man is a patriot. Look at this board right here. It's really good.
Well, you got all kinds of stuff. You got, like, America stickers and just... You're just damn
America, Atlanta Braves. Like I watch baseball. And
I don't even watch baseball, but I have a poster of it.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know. Well.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
It'll go well. So here we are. We're going into. I know we all like television, moderately. Walking Dead.
Okay, wait. No, we can't talk about it this time. We can't. I'm 3 episodes behind right now.
So am I. I haven't seen any of them you've seen.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But though anything that happened before season 3 began might be spoiled. Don't know.
Yeah, probably. I'm very up to date. So,
really?
Don't talk about the newest stuff because like if I'm 3 episodes behind and I'm planning to have it like tomorrow, just have a day where I just watch all the episodes.
Hey, you've been unfaithful.
Yeah.
You need to get in church, boy.
The church is zombies.
Oh man, no, I like the ending to season 2. If anyone here has seen it, I don't know how caught up we are.
What was the ending? Oh, was that when they found it? The place? Like what?
They didn't find the
I've
place.
Seen it. I just
okay.
Is that when the farm went?
That's when everything goes to hell.
Yes.
That episode.
I'm trying to keep it spoiler free, but I just totally couldn't do it.
No, we gave a spoiler alert. These people are here at their own risk, so.
He puts you all off. So that's
I'm being a good person.
Yeah. Like I generally like the Walking Dead TV show. I don't follow it as much as you guys do, which I feel bad because I really should. Someday we should do a spoiler cast.
Oh,
like Rooster T style, where we just talk about a show for a while. My big show I'm waiting for is Game of Thrones.
Well, dude, I'm there with you.
Exactly.
I get that.
Yeah.
See, now I'm the odd man out.
Yeah. Just you're the odd man out there. But,
again, back to that church reference. There's another church you need to be. You should be in church about 5 days out of the week.
Yeah.
That's about Mad Men, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad.
No,
Game of Thrones.
You're questioning my knowledge on Breaking Bad? I follow that show almost religiously.
Son, if it's on Netflix, I have watched it.
Exactly.
You have come into the Lord's house. Oh, man.
Yeah. No, well, name your guys' current top 5, like right now.
Top 5 shows?
Yes.
Because
mine is
just anything.
Any shows, comedy, whatever.
Okay.
Mine is like that. That's kind of weird because comedy and drama is totally different. But in your mind, what you think your favorite show? Mine is number 1, Breaking Bad. Number 2, Game of Thrones. Number 3, Community. I would have said 30 Rock, but it ended like a month ago. But so I guess What other comedy show do I really like lately? I can't really think of anything else after that. There's a pretty huge lack of. I love Mad Men. Can't believe I forgot Mad Men.
Right.
And I don't know. The last season of Weeds was okay. I'm the only one on the earth who still likes that show. I think.
Dude, you're like me watching Psych. I'm not watching it to watch it. I'm watching it to not be bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like Psych. That's a good show.
It's a good show to sit there and not do anything.
Yeah, I feel like that show has very little depth to it.
It's like watching Pokemon but without a backstory.
Exactly. It's Monster of the Week shows are very easy just to follow.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, go ahead, Scott. Scott's over here fidgeting.
I'm trying to keep it in my mind. Like I have a horrible memory. Like if I'm thinking of something, it'll just leave. Like instantly.
Blowfish.
Why?
You have to remember that at the end of this podcast.
I'm
going to bring it up.
Blowfish.
Okay.
Blowfish.
Yeah.
All right. So 5 shows. All right. Breaking Bad. This isn't in any particular order.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is just top 5 shows that I watch consistently. Breaking Bad. I just can't wait for that to start up again because like I'm still on the edge of my seat even though it's been like 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. Walking Dead's up there obviously.
All right.
It's Walking Dead.
All right.
Walking Dead's good.
All right. Shark Tank. Do you guys watch that show at all?
No.
Yeah, no, you're dabbling into the end where nobody goes to because people fish there. So you go ahead and tell me what that is.
All right, Shark Tank is a show where like a bunch of rich people just sit in chairs and then like other people come in with like inventions or ideas they have.
Oh,
and
like
they go and try to
Dragon's
market their
Den.
ideas. I've
Or
never
like-
heard of that.
That's the British version.
Oh.
But it's a show where they have inventors on, and they give them money based on their ideas.
Well, it's like
Yes.
they're buying into company. They're investors. They get equity in return.
No, I get it.
And they try to build up the company and stuff like that.
Right.
Yes.
So what if they say no? Do they pull a lever and they fall into the river?
They usually cry and walk out. It's actually pretty
Actually,
sad.
Oh god.
a lot of people don't cry on the show anymore.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, they know when they're going on the show, they're getting so much publicity just for being on the show.
Exactly.
Amen.
They don't have to get an investment to get super popular.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's pretty true. I guess just getting on the show.
Yeah.
But see, I never follow any of those up, and I've always wondered, are any of those actually successful? Like
They show you like as you go into episodes, they will show you from past seasons people that have gotten, or sometimes
Really?
they'll show you if they didn't even get an investment and they become super successful.
Wow.
There was one group of people that like they had like $500,000 in sales when they went in there, and then now they're millionaires and they didn't get an investment.
Wow.
It shows you what happens to some of these people.
And it also shows you how stupid rich people are.
Exactly.
Well, I want to watch that show now.
It's
I want to
pretty
watch
good.
that. Yeah.
Oh, and then I was like in Kroger the other day, and I saw one of the things that they were marketing on Shark Tank.
What was it?
It was a thing for like kids, like babies and stuff, like to help some. I don't know. I just know it was on Shark Tank.
I don't know what it is, man.
Not sure what it was. It was on Shark Tank.
It was just on Shark
So
Tank.
you had 2 left, if I remember right.
Yeah. Burn Notice.
I generally like that show. Like you and Tyler are fans of it, but I'm not a huge
That's
fan.
like you. Anything on USA, I'm only watching while I'm getting a blowjob. You know what I'm saying? That's only when it's
Don't
going
let
on.
Poontang hear this. That's our nickname for Tony's girlfriend.
Identity thieves.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm just so invested into the show after watching like the first 5 seasons. It's not like I'm gonna stop watching it because I want to know what happens. I'm like one of those obsessive people. Like once I get started on something, I have to know how.
I haven't watched that show much. Does it actually have like plot arcs that are long?
Yeah, it's like every episode you have like a small story arc, and then towards the end of the episode they start like figuring stuff out that like goes into the long run and stuff. And like during the episode, it's not always at the end. It will happen like in between and stuff, and it would just kind of make the overarching story.
It kind of reminds me of Dexter.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. Yeah,
that's the show.
Kind of
right
like
there.
Dexter. But yeah, speaking of that show, Speaking of Dexter, that's a really good show that for some reason dropped off my radar so hard I haven't watched it in 2 years.
It dropped off the radar so hard you actually saw it hit the table.
That might actually be true.
Alright, I have one more, and I'm just surprised I didn't mention this already. Because this is actually one of my favorite shows. It used to be like my #1 show for the longest time. Alright? Supernatural.
Oh, yeah.
I love that
yeah.
show.
I have never seen an episode of Supernatural.
I have like all of the seasons right over there.
Really?
Dude, man, that is a good show.
I know
Is
a lot
that
of them.
sarcasm?
No. Like, it's a good show, as in I woke up at 5 in the morning, went to Trent's house, and saw it, and I thought it was alright. That's a good show right there.
Wow.
What happened to my friend one time, he spent the night at my house, and he's never heard of the show, right? And I'm like, I'm tired, I want to go to bed, and he's like, I want to watch something. So I just gave him the first CD of the first season of Supernatural. I wake up, I fell asleep because I've seen the first episodes like 50 million times, obviously. I wake up, I look on like my dashboard thing, and then like all of the CDs are just spread across it. He stayed up all night watching them.
He should put them back in the case. I'll just say it. Just be like, dude, come on.
Dude, I hate that guy. I'm telling you. That guy that wanders into your house and just uses your toilet paper.
You don't know him.
Hey, this guy, you want to watch some TV shows?
You find out you have a gardener when you live on a farm. You don't understand. But, oh man. Oh gosh.
For those that don't know, Tony lives on an alpaca farm.
Hey, that's going out of style, man. I'm a sheep farmer now.
Sheep farmer.
We are predominantly sheep farmers now. It went to chickens, it went to ducks, and it is now a sheep farming community.
But I love the word alpaca.
Yeah, but I love the phrase "screw you."
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, that is. If you want to get bullied in high school, or if you want to pick up some chicks, just tell them about the alpaca farm. Let me tell you.
Either one works.
Oh, man,
I remember you used to
work.
get angry when people called you alpaca boy or something.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
We call you
straight up.
Cupcake.
Shut up.
Scott is Cupcake.
Scott is also known as Cupcake.
Not really, no. No, I'm not really known as Cupcake. They just
Whole
force
school
it.
calls him that.
No,
Whole school, everybody.
it is you
Girls
guys
that he
exclusive.
just met call him Cupcake.
And it's amazing.
Like I meet girls, come on.
Yeah, don't overstep your bounds.
Shoot.
Oh.
Alright, well, that's fair.
Anyways, Tony's top 5 TV shows. We got a little off track there.
Let's be honest, I got about 45, so I'm going to trim it down from, I'm going to skim off a few, like the ones I named before, Mad Men, Breaking Bad, and all that. Screw you guys, I got some really good ones right here.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z all the way up to season GT.
Oh, man.
That is a horrible show, and I hate you a little more for saying it.
I can't watch those type of anime that go on for 20 years.
I want you all to know you should die.
Okay. When like 3 episodes are just 2 people just trying to power themselves up, staring each other
Exactly.
down like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, man.
And that's
Hey,
not
man.
even an exaggeration.
I can relate to it. Come on. Who isn't just sitting there staring at the other kid at lunch trying to find him while he's busy eating a Subway sandwich?
For 42 minutes?
Yeah, dude. He didn't even look back. That's how mad he was. Anyways.
Oh.
My second one's gonna have to go to, oh shoot, so there's so many decisions. Oh gosh. It's gonna be, Primeval. English show right there. That's about a bunch of people that go back in time and fight dinosaurs that come out of time portals. That is the most ridiculous show. You want to talk about monster shows, it's just like Supernatural. Check it out. They just came back with a new season. Actually, that may be like 2 years late.
Actually, I know nothing about this show at all. Never mind.
I'm not that up to date, but it is an awesome show. I remember I was puking my guts out one night. I went through all that. Black Donnelly's, that went out of style. That's a great
That's
show.
an amazing show. I got you into that one.
That was a good one.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, have you ever seen the Black Donnellys?
Nope.
It's about an Irish crime family in Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan. And it's amazing. It was like, if I remember right, it was Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we want The Sopranos. So they got this like hour-long drama, and they showed it on like a Fox, and it failed horribly. It made it through like one season.
That's about it. And
But it was an amazing show. Like
it
wasn't the writers or the actors' fault. That was a really good show.
Right.
That's on Netflix. So
So you named 3.
Oh goodness gracious.
2 more.
What if I don't make it through? Can I fall over and pass out on the track? Is that
no
how
one
this works?
cares.
There's so many decisions.
Well, you said you grinded off like Breaking Bad and stuff.
Yeah,
All
but
stuff
I'm
you can
throwing.
prove is bad.
Have you ever had a multiple choice question where they're all the number 7? I have. Screw you. Don't worry about it.
Did that really
I had heard that.
Bleep that name out.
Bleep the name out. All right.
Oh, I got one. Total Biscuits WTF is.
That doesn't count as a
That is awesome. Screw all of you.
But it's not like a TV show. It's not an actual
Okay.
TV show.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Oh gosh, what have I been watching lately? Sons of Anarchy. That's what I was thinking of.
And you know what your last one's gonna be, and I feel like crap for not having it in my top 5. Misfits.
Nope.
Not in your top 10.
Dropped off my radar recently.
Really?
I can't because of the first episode of season 4. I cannot get back into it.
Season 4, episode 5 is one of the best episodes ever made of any TV show.
Yep.
Even if you don't watch the rest of it, watch that single episode.
How I Met Your Mother is number 5, people.
How many? I'll accept that. For one, that was a show that was amazing, absolutely horrible for 2 seasons, and then good again.
I accepted it for those 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I could watch those 2
And
seasons.
the reason it was so horrible was because Barney is a great character, but he can't carry the show. And they focused entirely on him for like season 7.
Exactly.
Like,
I want to backtrack for a second because you did say you liked Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
How could you stay interested into that show? Like, I don't know.
season,
I just got
what,
so
what I understand,
far
season
into
3
it.
is pointless, right?
I think that's where I got, and then I'm just like, I'm not even caring anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
It's a thing. The best way to explain it is you see a hot chick, think she's gross after a while, and then think she's hot after you haven't seen her for 6 months. That's how it works.
But that's how they do TV. You can get in the rhythm of watching a TV show every week, and it's easier to deal with. Though with Netflix and Hulu and online stuff now, we're just used to just powering through a show.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
Yeah.
what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get through it.
You know what? Number 6, Yu-Gi-Oh! First season.
I don't think it's here.
You know,
I
at the
think it's
beginning
in
of this
Georgia.
thing, I said current TV shows.
Hey, I went up to GT with Dragon Ball Z. If you're not cutting the line there, then you're not cutting the line here.
I thought it then, but I didn't say anything.
Anyways. Let's see how it is. We're cutting Tony
It
off.
doesn't matter. You were saying?
I was saying.
Something about Sons of Anarchy.
I
But,
just know it's not interesting.
Oh,
Anyway.
gosh.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start talking about the things we've already put up. And go ahead and tell us a little bit about Space Marine, because I know nothing about it, essentially.
Alright, so basically, the easiest way to describe Space Marine, and it's been described this way a billion times, but then when I started playing the game, I realized how true it was. It is Gears of War without a cover system that's also really flippin' hard.
Well, then you might as well just say Gears of War without the cover system. They forgot to edit it in.
Oh, no! Okay, there's a lore behind why there's no cover system, and I get it, I truly do, but it makes it ridiculously hard on you later.
Can you go into the lore, or is it going to cause a spoiler?
No, it's not going to cause a spoiler, it's just about the cover system I'm going to talk about right now. Basically, you're playing as a Space Marine.
Yeah,
which-
bitch, Space Marine for life.
Exactly! So, Space Marines are supposed to be fearless and courageous, so they're not going to hide behind cover. They're supposed to go out there and just deal with it. That's their excuse for it, but I don't think it's
So
good.
they're the British from the Revolutionary War.
I will say, in a lot of games, a cover system is an excuse for being a lazy game designer. You know. But in some games, it makes sense. You know?
Right.
Gears of War is one of those games, in my opinion. But just because there doesn't... is there, like, a decent amount of real cover that you can...
You can hide behind stuff, but you get swarmed. Like, if you're getting shot from afar, and you're hiding behind something, you're probably going to get attacked from behind by smaller things that will just come up and melee you, which will force you out of cover because you're trying to dodge them. It's just like, the game really tries its hardest to make sure you're going to take damage.
I have a quick question. Referring to you being swarmed, say you have an NPC Space Marine, not using your own character because obviously he's somewhat of a hero. NPC Space Marine, can he fight off like at least 50 orcs of what I've seen in the game?
Okay, so I did have a situation where there was ranged people shooting at me, and then there was a swarm of orcs, but I was with another Space Marine.
Right.
And he was fighting them, and he took care of them, but he just does it so slowly, it's almost pointless to let it happen. But he did hold it off long enough for me to take out the ranged guys that come in and help. He was killing them.
They're not useless.
They're not useless,
Okay.
and until you get to the Imperial Guardsmen, which are like just regular soldiers.
Right.
They die all the time.
Well, I mean, it's like Marines in Halo. Why have them? I mean, if you can kill them and take all
My
their
favorite
ammo.
thing to do in Halo was to shoot them.
I
So
mean-
they all go crazy. They're just like, Master Chief Scott Nuts, get him!
Exactly. But I was asking that because I want to call bullshit because one army of orcs versus one army of space marines in Dawn of War wouldn't work out that way. And I am going to be a very condescending, spastic butthole about it.
Against Space Marines or
Against
Imperial
orcs.
Guardsmen?
Against orcs. Say in Dawn of War.
Okay, yeah.
Bullcrap. Wouldn't happen. Take that.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's redundant. You can't play God in every game. I want a realistic game.
Okay, but see, the thing is, if you make a game so realistic, it's just gonna get annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fair enough that there is a point where realism passes into annoyance. And
Yes.
GTA 4 was close to walking the line. It didn't, but it approached it.
Correct.
And, like, when I play a game, what is the name of it? Gran Turismo. Which, have either of you guys heard of it?
Yeah.
It is a racing sim. It's not a game, it's a sim.
Okay.
And it's so realistic, I don't have fun playing it. I'd rather play Need for Speed. And there's way more higher level sim games.
Well, I'm not a huge racing fan, but I will say, when it comes to racing games, I don't want them any close to realism at all. I want to barely tap a car and it just explodes, does
Yeah.
50 flips, and it
Carmageddon.
kills the other guy behind me.
Carmageddon.
Exactly.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
In racing.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
So I agree 100%. Like when I play Arma, it's almost not fun because of how complicated it is.
Right.
I know exactly what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can understand that. I'm just saying, I don't think you should be superhuman and every. Then again, they are superhumans, but in their comparison against orcs and Dawn of War, it would just be which was the upgraded squad. So I call shenanigans. Screw you, Warhammer.
Were they made by the same developer?
I believe so, weren't they?
No, I think. Okay, Relic made the Dawn of War RTS game.
Right.
I don't think Relic made Warhammer. Not Warhammer,
What?
but Space Marine.
What?
I think they got it. THQ was the same publisher.
It has
Same
to be on
publisher.
your shelf of magical games. Let me find it. Hold on.
Warhammer. Not Warhammer. I keep saying Warhammer because it's the full
Warhammer
title.
40K. Yeah.
But Space Marine, I got it off of Steam, and when THQ went bankrupt.
Well, here I'll look it up on my phone. Go ahead and
Okay.
keep talking.
Alright, so overview of the game so far. What do you think it's going like? Is it a fun game? Is it stupid? What are the pros, cons? What's going on there?
Alright, I kind of have to say that beginning is extremely easy.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, you just slaughter everything ridiculously. And then,
But isn't that the glory of being a space marine?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of in that mindset, oh yeah, that's the point. But when you get towards the end, okay, here's the thing. Your health regen system, you don't get normal health regen. The only way you can regenerate health is if you use a finishing move on stuff. Alright, and the finishing move takes time, so people can be hitting you while you're doing the finishing move, which will take your health down low. So if you wait too long, you're screwed. Alright? So you can only do that with melee. You can't get like a finishing move with a ranged attack.
Okay.
And that's where the problem comes in, because towards the late part of the game, it gets more oriented towards ranged combat. Then you have no real way of replenishing your health.
Okay. I could see that being they don't give you any crowd control of any kind there?
I mean, they don't throw enemies at you like they do in the beginning of the game. Like they do, like in the beginning of the game, you just get swarms of enemies, and you can regen health all you want by using finishing.
And you can't even stun anybody, maybe ranged, you know?
No, it's
nothing.
Ranged. It's all gunplay, and then only stunning and finishing moves is only through your sword.
Okay, well here's my comment on that. Warhammer needs to have the ability to turn enemies into sheep. That's classic. Put it in there. Anyways, moving on. Pros about it. What do you got there?
If you want a game just to shit up, then yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right.
It is pretty fun just slaughtering the masses. That's horrible to say, but it's the truth. Like when I go into that game, I'm not thinking of I'm ready for this awesome story, great gameplay mechanics. No, I'm going in there like I'm gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. That is my intent, and I'm just gonna go in there and just rip orcs' heads off.
Hey, if the game is fun, then it's a success.
There you
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
There you go.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna move on to Matt for this one. Matt, how about FTL? Huh?
FTL. Okay.
I heard I had some troubles.
A little bit. That may be my fault. But, okay.
Can I call a mutiny next time I'm on the show?
You can give it a shot, I guess. So FTL is an indie game. Everybody knows on our site we do Friday we review indie games, right?
Yes.
Friday we review indie games, and my review, which was going up yesterday, was about FTL. You know.
Yeah.
It actually didn't go up, but it will. It's a complicated thing. I did have an article up about Audacity, but we'll come back to that.
Can I just say something real quick?
What?
The reason why we're kind of not hitting all the marks on the schedule is because right now there's pretty much 2 people running the website.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the bullet in the butthole on this one, people.
Well, I'm not trying to throw you on the bus.
No,
I'm just saying you don't have your computer together, so it's harder for you to contribute in that way.
And it's okay, people. The computer is coming. It's almost done. I've got most of the parts. The quad pod will arrive. It'll be okay. That's what I'm naming it. You're welcome.
And then there's also Tyler, but okay, this is totally gonna throw him under the bus. We have to wait till he figures out how to work a computer.
Really? You shouldn't worry about his expertise until about a year from now. Give him at least 6 months, listen a little bit, and you can probably judge whether or not it's bullshit.
Yeah. Alright, okay. Anyway, FTL. Indie game, great game. I forgot the developer. Sorry.
Whoops.
I actually got it on Steam. But FTL is a really, really good game. For one, it is entirely no DRM. It's great.
Right.
So, but obviously there's Steam DRM, but that doesn't really matter that much. It's incredibly simple, but it's complicated in a way makes it infinitely replayable, essentially. Like, we'll talk about it later, Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
It's in that vein of indie games that are limited length, but are very replayable.
Yeah, I know exactly.
With lots of different ways to build up your characters and stuff.
Yes.
You come into the game and you have some characters. You start with 3, and there's different ships you can get.
In your case, 2, because you threw one into the spiders.
Fair enough. In case you haven't seen my first Let's Play for FTL, on like the 3rd jump, Tony died.
Obviously, I have an arachnophobia, and he sent me to the wrong room.
Yeah, he was the young one who didn't make it out alive. And that was just... I still need to put up the rest of that Let's Play and how it ended, but that is possibly the most painful game of FTL that has ever made it to the final boss.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
it had dead legs from the beginning, and as soon as I got another crew member, I immediately lost another one. So I was forever in this place of one behind what I should be, and like I made a plan from the beginning to not use drones, but I couldn't find any weapons anywhere. So I'm like, I don't have a choice. I have to use drones. So I invest a bunch in drones, and then a bunch of weapons start coming, and no more drones. I get kind of thrown for a loop for the whole game, but I make it to the end. You can probably guess how it's gonna go though. With my first ever Let's Play, well, not my first ever playthrough of FTL, it wasn't like a year ago. It wasn't a Let's Play. I actually made it to the final boss and then just died horribly. You won't understand, I'm really lucky to ever make it to the final boss. But no, the game is really good. You know, it has some flaws. One being that there's a lot of stuff like, it's totally random and chance. Like, Tony, your death. That was just, you hit a button, there's a 50-50 shot you're going to lose someone. And it's not skill-based at that level. All the skill comes from a lot of micro going on while you're controlling the whole ship during a battle. That's the entire skill side. But even that, more so, all you have to do is pause it. So really the whole game is just about thinking. Because you can pause at any time.
Well, I haven't met a game that has no think. Well, I'm going to be honest, that's going to be WoW when you're grinding.
That's
but
true.
there is, yeah, okay,
I mean,
continue.
yeah. It's the whole game is just pausing, micro, but it's still fun,
Right.
which is an achievement. And as we were talking about with Space Marine, if it's fun, it's a success, and I'm gonna call FTL a good game. I really think it is.
Okay, you want to put a rating on that?
No, I won't quantify it in numbers. I'll just say I think FTL is good. I think you should play it, and I think you should pay for it.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Anyway, so I mentioned it, but I brought it back then. You're playing Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did have, when I uploaded the video, there is a couple of problems with it, because Fraps and Binding of Isaac has some issues. DX Tori won't pick it up. I'm going to have to go to Camtasia Studio, which is like my third string recording device.
Yeah.
Alright? So, like, it's glitchy, the first video is, but it should improve in quality later. And then, besides the fact that the video is glitchy, there's also the part where I just flat out suck at it.
Fair enough.
I died 3 times in my first video. First video is about 22 minutes. That is absolutely horrible for that game.
Oh, man. Wow. That, yeah.
And then, like, you can tell by the end of it, like, I was just losing my morale. I don't rage at games all the time, and I know by saying that is totally not even true, because on my own channel, I happen to have, like, 3 huge rage moments in video games that are on my channel, where I just totally get just pissed off where I quit the game, essentially.
What games?
Okay, we're gonna come back to the Binding of Isaac in a second. On my channel, I play this game called Against the Wall. It's like a puzzle game where you're just on a platform, you have a little stick in your hand, and there's a wall filled with different sized squares. And when you click on the squares, no matter how far away you are, you can click on any square.
Yeah.
It'll pull it out of the wall. Your goal is to climb as far as you can go, which I don't know if there's an end. Didn't get to it. But later I figured out that when I fell and stuff, I was just like, shit, I gotta start over. So, but then I figured out you can actually assign a quick save button and a quick load button.
Yeah.
And that just made it so much more fun that I knew how I could do that. And I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a difficult jump, right? So I'm like setting it up and everything. I'm like, I'm gonna save right before. Alright? And I go to make the jump, and then I fall. And then I get so pissed off, and I'm just like, okay, I saved. I'm just gonna reload. I press the save button.
Oh, I've done that exact thing.
And then, I'm not even joking. That's the first time I legitly raged at a video game to the point where I just quit. I was sitting there, I'm like, you know what, I'm done. And then that's how the video ends. I gave
Game
up.
over.
It was horrible. Now, Binding of Isaac is special, because it has a way of consistently making me get pissed off.
Yeah.
But I come back.
Yeah.
It's like I'm self-torturing myself. It's such a good game.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. I can keep playing it for hours, but probably by the end of it, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna cry.
Well, you just sound like you have a little bit too much estrogen going on.
Oh.
I'll get you some testosterone.
No,
pills
here's the
later.
stupid thing about that recording though, is after I play the game on my off time because I just love it that much. I'm not gonna record every time I play it. So I died 3 times in a row, horrible succession. It was just death, bad, everything. And then I started playing it without recording. I beat the game 3 times.
Really?
3 times.
3 times.
Without recording. No, wait.
Man.
That was 3 times when I first realized I just beat the game 3 times without recording it. Actually, I've beat it 2 more times since those 3 times. I beat it 5 times without recording it.
Wow. Maybe you should just record everything you do.
You're gonna give me depression just from listening at how bad
sorry.
you suck at video games.
That's horrible. He doesn't suck. He only sucks when people are watching. So it's like he's like, I'm the best gamer in the world. I just can't prove it.
Oh no, I'm not the best. Okay, no. Here's the thing. I can prove it because there is a stat section, but I don't want to show my stat section because, yeah, I got more kills than you first saw, but I have a lot more deaths too. Like the ratio of like kills and deaths is just it's crazy, man.
We're gonna buy
I
sound
have-
effects. Don't worry.
Boosh!
That'll be in there.
I have 6 kills. Guess how many deaths I have in that game. Just take a guess, and I'll tell you how close you are.
20.
Horrible guesses, both of you.
Nat 20. Come on.
No, up. Come on, man.
35.
I play this game like religiously.
80?
Up.
9?
105.
Up.
200.
157.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
If
It's
this
not
is
like
Halo, you'd be the worst player ever.
well, it's nothing like you
I
would
know.
make-
I'm just, it's a,
Yeah, I
the
know, I
kill
know.
death rate is ridiculous.
You would make people lose the game.
No, it's just the fact that it's a really quick game. So, like, you go through it a lot, and a lot of the times you aren't successful. Like, that ratio, yeah, it might be below average, but it's not far off. Honestly, people die in that game so much that it's ridiculous that I'm not the only one who's in this little drought of kills, alright?
Yeah.
So as the number 1 player in stats, does that mean he would have like +1? Would that be his score? Or
If he killed every single time,
yes.
maybe. I don't
That's impossible.
I think
That's why I said the best player.
I've played it like on and off. I've ran through it maybe 30 times, and I have like 6 kills. I think maybe 5, but still, at least that's like 1 to 6 instead of like
You played it once. How did you like it?
Well, if I don't know, it made me feel a little bit depressed.
Well, it's a
It's a dark game.
It's a dark. Yeah, it's.
It is a dark game. Then again, in most games that I play, D&D, whatever, I'm a dark person. So I'm not used to being on the other side of that. You know, the horrible war maul mace, whatever I had picked up to beat an innocent child with. Yes, I'm not used to that. So it was a good game, though. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It brought me back to roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I
to
mean?
roots.
Not the
Roots. Kunta Kinte.
No. Back to my roots.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
Help us, Jordy. That's a nerd reference right there.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh man.
Well, what would you give that game a rating of? You know, just good, awesome.
Well, all right. We decided not to make it into numbers, but when I wrote the review of it, I put it into number form, and I guess this will show you how much I actually enjoy the game, even though
You depressed
I hate
all
it
of us.
at the same time. I did give it, I think, a 95 or a 91.
95 out of 100.
Out of
Oh
100.
wow.
It's really good because you can just keep playing it, and then you'll never have the same run twice. And it's not that long of a game to where like your replays, you're just kind of like, I don't know if I have the time to do that. You can do it almost any time because
Right.
it happens. Doesn't take that long to load anything. It's just a really quick, simple game, but really complex when you think of all the stuff behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Mass Effect 3, I'm not going through that twice. I don't
No.
care.
I'll just say, people are always telling me that the new ending to Mass Effect 3 is amazing. Haven't seen it, haven't touched it, don't even know what it's about. The new ending.
YouTube it.
Like,
Yeah.
because I beat that game and I was angry. I was one of those guys who was angry or whatever. Just because I felt like that was a really cheap payoff or whatever.
Like a person who watched Lost for like 6 years.
Hey, look, you're talking to me. I'm the same person.
Oh gosh.
I watched it for 3 years.
Drop it. Drop it.
Don't even get into Lost. We'll be here for weeks.
Oh goodness gracious. Polar bears. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
so what's with the polar bear anyway?
Okay, Matt, we're gonna go back to you with Far Cry.
Far Cry 3. Now Tyler should be here to talk about this
Absolutely.
because Tyler has talked a lot or played a lot more Far Cry 3 than me. But Tyler's not here
Because he's a dick. No, I'm kidding.
because Tyler's busy. So Far Cry 3. The problem is I don't know that much about the game, so this will be a very, very short discussion.
First
Okay.
impressions.
Hold on.
Here we
First
go.
impressions.
I got something to say. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be brutally honest here. Watching the beginning of the first episode was kind of hard to watch. Tyler trying to grasp the concept of the Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
The metaphor. I was
The
just sitting
metaphor.
there,
Like, I'm just
you're
trying
to
to
explain it
metaphor.
to him, and he's like, "But why? Is it the movie?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
He doesn't follow what a metaphor is.
Honestly, watching the whole, like, all of them makes me feel bad for Tyler. He couldn't do math. He didn't believe in the He jumped onto an alligator, not even knowing it. Crocodile. Alligator. Crocodile.
I think
Alligator.
it's alligator.
Alligator.
Might be a crocodile.
Go with Gallagher. Komodo dragon.
Galligator.
Gallagher. Gallagher. He jumped onto Gallagher.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
that's sad.
No, you jump into the game. You know, it's great intro, by the way. No, it's an original plot, which is there aren't a lot left. It feels like to me because it feels like every game's a sequel. And yes, Far Cry's a sequel, but if you played the Far Cry's, there is no connection between them. There is just the concept, which is open world survival. But there's no. I think there's a small couple references, but there's really no plot connection.
I've seen the intro a couple times through various Let's Players and whatnot, and I do have to say, like, the story is pretty original, and I really like that. And then I like how you're introduced to the villain.
Yes.
Alright? The villain, you're just like, oh my god, this dude is really a dick.
He's
Wow.
crazy.
I forgot his name.
I think it started with a V or something.
Yeah.
It was something weird.
Boss.
Boss.
That's it.
But like
Boss
that moment
water.
where he says, "Here you hit the ground," like he has that pause.
Oh, and he has the dust
Yeah.
or whatever, and he's sprinkling the dust.
I was just like, "Oh my god, this is the villain I want to be going up against." I
Yes.
really like it when I have not necessarily a likable villain,
Ooh.
but like a villain you can
Cut
really
off.
want to.
Okay. Spoiler. Stop listening here if you don't want to be spoiled about the plot of Far Cry 3. Not even the main villain.
Are you serious?
His bosses.
Oh.
And you know what?
Does it
Everybody.
work?
There's Yahtzee at Zero Punctuation. He's a great reviewer. He said it way better than I ever could. It makes it feel fucking pointless. Because Boss is an interesting villain.
Yeah.
And you know who the real villain is? A rich guy who wants an island.
Okay, see that. I mean,
And it ruins it, because he was insane, but he was interesting. And he was a pirate, and he was complicated. And it was, really, you're just trying to get to the rich guy behind him. And it makes, like, the lieutenant is way more interesting than the general.
Well, right. It's almost like you switched Starscream and Megatron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Starscream.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's my favorite Transformer.
I'm gonna be honest, he probably is.
Yeah.
I think I saw him get his face torn in half. No, I'm thinking of... I don't know.
I have no idea either. I gotta be honest, I've seen the modern ones, but whenever I think about Transformers, I go back to the cartoons I watched when I was growing up. That's Starscream and his weird flip flop. Is he evil? Is he good? Nobody knows.
Right. Those were good episodes.
Yes, they were. Anyway, back to Far Cry 3.
We are so bad at this.
Oh, it doesn't matter. There's a good introduction in the first mission. It doesn't feel forced like a lot of games do. You know, the whole intro sequence, sneaking through the camp and everything. Yeah. You know it's a tutorial, but at least it's interesting. And there are worse things. Like, Tyler throws a rock in some guy's face because he was being stupid, and we had to replay it, but it still felt fresh.
Yeah.
And I've played it again since I played it through once on my own, and it still felt, you know, like I was still like, I know all this, but I wasn't, like, that bored by it. You know?
Right.
I think the real impressive part of Far Cry 3, and I don't think anyone would disagree with me, is the open world aspect of it. Which, with any open world game, you know, they have to fill the world with all kinds of stuff. And they do spectacularly. Because that is the best wildlife I've ever seen in a video game since Red Dead Redemption. And it might be better than Red Dead.
No, I haven't played Far Cry, but I know Red Dead Redemption, and that's a pretty amazing wildlife and open world.
Yeah.
And everything. So
no, it's everywhere feels populated. Like you'll drive down a road and it's not scripted and a deer runs over. You'd hit it.
You hit the deer, you go flying down a hill, you're on fire.
You call your insurance, you make sure you're
yeah, there are hunters out hunting tiger to get pelts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that's just like how everything they're doing their own thing, like they're living their life.
Yeah, exactly. And there's pigs which local villagers kill to get food, and there's boars and stuff.
Right.
And it's like it's not just there to look at. Yeah. You use all this to create stuff to help you. You create weapon holsters and bags and backpacks and all kinds of stuff. So it's like there's this giant background of really smart AI because there's loads of birds flying over, and there's carrion birds which go where dead bodies are, and there's it's very smart on that level, and it's like it's not just there to look at, and it has depth to it, and you use it, and that's probably the best part of the game for me. Is it creates what only a few games have managed to do. Like Grand Theft Auto 4 fooled me into thinking it was a city. Red Dead Redemption made me feel like I was in the West.
Yeah.
Right.
And that makes you feel like you're surviving on an island in the Pacific.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And you know, Skyrim makes me think that dragons need to wear condoms. They need to wear a lot of condoms.
There's too many dragons.
It's just insane. I'm worried about something with the freaking
yeah.
I'm trying to run a message to somebody and next thing you know, I'm in trouble with the guard, but he stops arresting me because there's two dragons over there.
Exactly.
Just playing tango.
I remember the first time I went to Riften to like do Thieves Guild stuff. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to Riften because I had one quest. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's where Thieves Guild is, because I always look stuff up because I'm curious like that. Anyways, so I get towards Riften. I'm like, oh, I just gotta enter the city. Not a big deal. Dragon comes out of nowhere like, hey, you want to go in that city? No, fuck that. I'm gonna kill you.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to answer that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Gosh.
There's that one guard that always stops you the first time you go to Riften.
That guy.
I was just like, you're bluffing. He's like,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he gets all mad. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. We did tell you he was bluffing. If anyone hasn't played Skyrim for more than 100 hours...
Well, you just ruined the whole game. That one guy was bluffing.
No, there's going to be that one guy that was like, I paid that motherfucker gold.
That bitch.
I feel sorry for you, and no, that is not candy. Those are drugs. You're taking them.
Fair enough.
Oh, gosh.
But
what are we even talking about?
Far Cry.
Far Cry.
Far Cry. Good game. The story past about halfway feels weak, and I feel like I'm just playing it out because you get very powerful early on, which I like because I hate it when games say, here's the super powerful weapon you get for killing the boss. What do I use it on? Oh, just have it.
Play it again?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. But no, with Far Cry, it's just like you're a human. So you get lots of weapons and you get better about halfway through, and you get to feel epic and you get to feel awesome, which is great.
Right.
But it almost feels like they ran out of story ideas like 2/3 of the way through the game.
You know,
I
have
hate
you played
that.
Far Cry 2?
So.
That is the exact same problem
Yeah.
I had with Far Cry 2. I loved Far Cry 2, but once I got to the halfway point, I'm just like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I started losing my interest. It's like they couldn't keep up the pace, the epic pace they were going
Yeah.
in the beginning.
No, they are amazing at beginning games and not so great at finishing them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. I mean, that it's kind of like Halo 3. Good job, you finished the game. And then Microsoft doesn't want to let it go.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a whole different thing.
That's yeah.
Actually, the finish of Halo 3 actually felt really epic to me.
Yeah.
I loved the way it ended. I didn't like Microsoft resurrecting the series through 313 though.
Right.
But
right.
aside from all that, to finish up on Far Cry, it's a good game. You should play it. If not for the story, which is pretty good, just for the amazing world they craft. Like it just running around and doing random shit is a lot of fun.
Right.
It really is.
Skyrim with guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Quote unquote. I think IGN. That might have been IGN. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's see here.
Okay.
Oh God. Scott Shadowheart.
Oh, we can both nerd out over this one.
Oh, good God.
Oh, this is our classic game for last
Alright,
week.
for the classic game, I didn't record it because it's PlayStation 2, but it's definitely my favorite PlayStation 2 game, but it definitely competes with some of the next gen after PlayStation 2. That game is like an amazing game, alright? That's like the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
The story is really long, but not where you're just like, come on, hurry up, it needs to be over, it's dragging itself out. No, it's just like, oh crap, that just happened, I gotta keep playing, because I want to fix this.
Yeah.
Wait. This is a game with the horses and that sword thing.
No, that's...
Okay, just so you know, people, I am just as lost as you are.
Okay, so
That's
we're
the one I
showing
wrote
the
the
case
review
right
on.
now. Shadow Hearts it's a weird mix of Western and Eastern style RPG.
Yeah.
It's both. Now I haven't played that one.
This is my favorite one.
I think I played the one before that.
Okay, I haven't played that one, but here's the thing about the second
The
one.
first one's amazing. I will say that.
This one is amazing,
The one
too.
with the Native American girl on the cover? Or American
Wait.
Indian, whatever.
Well, there's a Native American girl in here.
Really?
And there's one in the other one, too, I think.
Yeah, well, then that's the one I played.
Oh, wait. Maybe you played the third one.
I think I played the third one. Yep, that's it.
This is an amazing one.
The third one's great. That's the one I played. I love that
But,
game.
honestly, it is amazing, but I don't think it can compare to this one.
Can I borrow that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I want to borrow that sometime then, because I will play that game.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm just staring at the boobs.
It often happens.
Yeah.
The Native American chick in the third one is wearing like a
Very
thing that doesn't
big.
even cover. You know.
Yes. I heard something about
She has
Nicki
a special-
Minaj and that problem.
Oh, I'm pretty far away from. She has a special move where she just gets naked. That's
I
pretty much
remember
it.
that.
Well, she turns into like an angel thing, but yeah, they definitely play that aspect of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's going to very powerfully finger her.
I'll put up a picture that covers. I'll put up a picture that covers Shadow Hearts here.
Oh
But,
gosh.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
man.
man.
Or we'll do something. Put it in a link or something. But so Shadow Hearts, it's a weird mixture of Western and Eastern RPG.
Yeah.
I think we can both agree with that. You know this one, the specific one we're talking about better. So go ahead, tell us a little bit about it.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get this out here. One of the best parts of the game is just the characters.
Tony's over in the corner making giant tits motion.
Anyways.
But seriously, the characters are really hilarious. Honestly, that's the best way. There is a character you can get who is a homosexual vampire wrestler, and when he gets a weapon, you find it randomly. Like, there's just a mailbox, and he's like, that's a pretty cool mailbox.
I'm gonna be honest with
I'm
you.
gonna take that mailbox.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think on some of these characters, it sounds like they just took a hat and pulled stuff.
Yeah, they're just like, and he's
But they make
gay,
it work.
and
They make
he's
it
a
work.
wrestler.
But you really feel like that's his character. They
Yeah.
make it work. Because, like, you'll be going through it, and then he's in your party, right? And he's usually your tank guy, but sometimes you go into a battle, and he's just a bat.
Really?
He can't control
It's
it.
just a.
Wow.
He just turns into a bat. And he
Wow.
fights as a bat.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And
That's
then
interesting.
sometimes he'll just be his regular wrestler, and then he's also a superhero.
Yeah, wait.
He's
wait,
a very
wait,
interesting
wait.
person.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
That guy does everything.
They're like weird names, you know.
Yeah.
Japanese.
Like, if he had a boyfriend, the boyfriend
like
would be like, hey, you want to
Joker.
hang out Tuesday? And be like, no, dude, I'm a bat on Tuesday.
You don't get to pick it though.
Yeah.
But the superhero, he has like a butterfly mask on, and that's it. That's the only difference. That's the only difference, and he gets super powerful when he has that.
That's amazing. That's up there with my greatest characters ever. My favorite characters ever. If I want to play that game just to see that character.
But then you also have like your main character who can turn into freaking demons.
Wow.
All right, just different demons. You have like a demon for every type of element in the game.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing about that is you don't just get the demons. You level them up. You pick which demons you want to grow.
Yeah.
All right, and then like you level them up through like soul power and stuff,
Mhm.
and then they can get so powerful they'll turn into like different forms and stuff. And you just get badass demons you can turn into.
Yeah.
You got a puppeteer that his puppet, when you change the dress of it, it changes the element of his attacks. And that's just pretty cool in itself. I don't like him that much because he doesn't attack as much. Like, he only gets one hit. I mean, you can upgrade it, but
Yeah.
he gets one base hit, and it's not that great. It's just... Then you get a wolf who just uses the power of his soul to kill everything.
That's interesting.
Okay.
That makes you fucking play Okami.
You know,
Well, he makes meteors come from the fucking sky and just hit people.
that's like Cards Against Humanity.
Cards. We were playing
What
Cards.
did
Against
Vin Diesel eat? The blood of Christ.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Best answer ever.
The Altar Boy one still made me laugh way more.
Oh gosh.
Oh, it was what did the priest give up for Lent? Altar Boys.
Oh man.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm Catholic too.
He's Catholic, so we're allowed to joke about it.
Yeah, that's like saying, well, we can do it with black, but Devin's really just black and Indian. It doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
All
man.
right, so a little bit about the mechanics of it.
Okay, so it's kind of like your typical JRPG turn-based attack thing, but it does have a twist, alright? And I really do like it. It's like a reaction game within it. When you click attack, you don't just attack them. You have a little wheel that pops up, and then you have a thing that spins around it, and you have to hit certain parts of the wheel to do your attack.
Huh.
Alright?
So you're playing a mini game to attack.
It's pretty. That's like the whole thing. But here's the thing: you can upgrade your little wheel thing where you do more attacks, or you can make the spaces bigger. You can make the critical spots bigger. Critical spots are where
I remember this. Is
at
this
the
the third
edge,
one too? Because
it's in all of them. It's like
Yeah.
one of their signature mechanics and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like if you want to do a combo with someone, you have to do the wheel, and then it'll give you just a button to press, and you press that button, and then you go into the next part, which is where you hit the.
Okay,
end.
okay. So it's that complicated to attack. To run away, do you need a Just Dance pad?
Just alright, let's get in here. Let's get in here. Let's escape. Let's go.
That would
Let's
be
go.
hilarious.
And there's like a 5-second pause, and you have to get it perfect, or you can't run away, and you're just fucked by the
Just
rain.
fall on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's what Kinect is doing.
Patent,
For the future.
patent,
Patented.
call it.
We will make that game.
Okay. Alright, so I'm assuming from how excited you sound from this, you
Well, it
enjoy
does
this
have
classic.
problems too.
Okay.
Alright, like for instance, in a lot of your RPGs, you typically have weapons that are generally better than others, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
got like one thing is like, oh, this will lower my speed, but gives me more strength. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
you
I
have
want
options.
to equip it. Yeah. One of the main problems I have with it is just every weapon you get is probably better than the last one you have.
Yeah.
When you go to a shop and you buy something, it's just, if it's a new item, it's better than the one you have. That's just it.
Always.
It increases all the stats of your current weapon.
It's not a tree, it's a branch.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And you don't really notice it until like you get halfway through the game and you're like, I haven't gotten like a different weapon that's made me consider anything.
Yeah.
But it's not that big of a deal. You still can enjoy the game and everything with it.
Right.
Yeah. So obviously from the way you're talking about it, you really like the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can't even review it. It's a classic. It's already good.
Yeah, that's why it's a classic.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Out of 4.
It's a really good game. It's a really good game.
Go buy that game even though you can't play it. Unless you own a PS2, then good for you.
Still have one.
Is
I still have
PS3
one.
doing that? I'm not a big PS3 guy. Is that no? Okay.
I think you're the only one who owns a PS3, Scott.
Well, mine's kind of gone now, but
Really?
yeah, it's still got the yellow light
Well,
of death. I'm
it's
still
raw
holding out.
That is a great.
Andy Skull. It's
I
rock
know.
day.
I know. I got the yellow light of death, and I'm just holding out
The
until
yellow light of death
PS4.
is that their off-brand bullshit?
Yeah. Well, that is a perfect segue to the PlayStation 4.
But okay, we'll jump into it.
Okay. That is a perfect segue to the PlayStation 4 because PlayStation 4, if you don't know, which I don't know how you don't, was announced last week. And actually, it'll be 2 weeks ago by the time this comes out. And I am a huge tech nerd. So even if I'm not that into the console themselves, I love breaking down what's inside of it. Now, from what I understand, we know that this PlayStation is going to have a quad-core PCU.
It's 8-core, isn't it?
8-core?
I think it's 8.
I think you're thinking about RAM.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 8-core.
8 cores?
Yeah.
8
That's
cores.
not what I heard. I heard quad-core.
Phone Google.
Alright, you know what? I'm like 90% sure it's quad-core.
You know what?
And
look
I
up-
will
look up the
bet.
specs.
I will bet something.
Alright, here we go. Slap bet. First one of the
Slap
night.
bet. I will
Alright.
slap bet you that it is PlayStation. That the
Slap
PlayStation 4
bet
is a quad-core.
accepted.
I
Slap
can't
bets.
watch this.
Go
This is
ahead, keep
painful.
talking. Keep talking.
Okay, so is it also 8 gigs of RAM too, I'm assuming? I don't know.
That's
the
I
specs.
know
Just-
that
Just
it is
look
8
up the
gigs.
specs.
That's what
Just
I'm
look
looking
up
at.
the specs and
You
we'll
can have the
see.
specs.
Here. Oh,
Which of course they haven't even actually shown the console yet, I don't think.
No, they haven't.
Because they're dicks. Oh no, because they're deciding. That's right. Business.
Okay, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna buy it. No matter what. I know that's like a horrible thing to say as a consumer, like money's tight and everything.
It's like socialism, man. What are you doing? You worshiping Sony over there? You Japanese screw around? I was gonna use the worst word, but I just quit. We don't have Japanese friends. We can't do that.
That's true. That's true.
We're short one of those. If you want to be our Japanese friend, OSS Tony 2013, email me. Gmail.com.
Okay. OpenSourceWithSlow.com. Throw down a comment on the podcast or something.
Oh,
You
man.
can be our Japanese friend as long as we're allowed to make fun of you and tentacle porn.
That'll come up later. We got an overview of the week that you people are gonna love. You know, we'll take any Asian actually. I like G words in general.
G words?
G words. We're gonna bleep this out. Gook.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
It's
man.
horrible.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I'm probably gonna drop from console. I'm gonna spend close to $1,500 on my computer.
Okay.
I'm going over high end. I'm buying shit I should not.
That's high.
It's very accurate.
Yeah.
I'm going high end. The only people that have 16 gigabytes of RAM are people that work. Well, I don't know about their work, but they have like a 30 on PC Part Picker. I don't have a 30. I'm gonna have like a 4. I'm overdoing it in the wrong places.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's high end for later. But anyways, if I go, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go console.
Okay,
I
here's the thing.
might buy the Project Shield. That's it.
Okay, that I want to see how that turns out because that looks
Yeah.
very interesting to me. I think it has potential.
What was the pad they were doing? The pad that was also had controllers on the side that also went to a TV?
The Nintendo Wii U?
No. It was a computer on its own. It was a tablet. That was a gaming system also.
I'm not sure.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so okay.
Back to this.
So the PlayStation 4 specs aren't out yet. Okay?
We have failed you. I will
That is
suicide
true.
with the sword later.
But hold
Oh, no,
on.
Japanese friend.
There are rumors that it is an 8-core, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let you slap me.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Alright.
I'll take it.
I get
I've done
to
it before. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, now here's an interesting thing for everyone out here. This isn't gonna hurt him at all. I'm a pacifist.
Would you like me to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't know! Yes, no! He will kill me!
If you guys don't know this, I'm at 200 pounds bench now. I'm not exactly weak.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die!
I hope you can hear it. I took it a little easy.
Yeah, I've had worse. But, I never like getting slapped.
No, I don't do slap bets. That's not my thing. Thinking about it would literally murder me.
Yeah.
But anyways, 8-core. What do you think, Matt? Are you gonna buy the PS4?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I mean,
It's, you know what? I think I'm gonna have my PC for a while, and I'm gonna wait and let the prices go down a little bit, and I'll probably pick up whichever the, and huge quotation marks here, winner is. Because last time it was the 360 and everyone knows that.
right.
Like, the PS3 had great exclusives, but the Xbox was the best console of the three. Now, I'm going to get fanboys, if any are listening, are going to be mad.
Oh my God, we have fanboys.
Not for us.
No. That's how it works. If they're a fanboy for that, they're a fanboy for us.
Fair enough.
That's how it works.
Well, see, I can debate that, but I'm not going to. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly, PC is definitely Master Race.
yeah,
yes, Master
PC
Race.
is the winner.
But
There you go.
if I had to choose if I wanted to spend my time playing an Xbox or a PS3, I honestly would pick PS3.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find
There are
that,
advantages.
yeah,
I mean, like, for one, the free online is great,
that's amazing.
but
yeah.
the Xbox Live is higher quality than the PlayStation Network.
Right.
And it's just, yeah, you pay to get in, but it has a higher quality. The only thing that really pisses me off about Xbox Live is you pay and then they still advertise to you. Like,
Yeah.
every little thing. If you're paying a premium, then that should be it. It's like paying for Hulu Plus, they still advertise to you.
Yeah, that's just
So that's the only reason I don't have Hulu Plus. They advertise to me and I'm like, no, bullshit, I'm paying you. Can't do that.
Oh gosh.
You should be able to disable
Another
it.
thing about the PS4, though, while we're on the topic of that, is it's not gonna have backwards compatibility again.
Really?
Yeah, they were rumoring about not doing a used games kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
that's a huge rumor on all the consoles.
Yes.
Right.
But here's the thing about the PlayStation 4, and it's why it's not backwards compatibility. It's not running off the same stuff as PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Because they're making it like a computer.
Yeah.
Just for
That's what I've heard. It's like it's a lot more computer. Like they use a modified version of OpenGL on this is on video side, like DirectX and OpenGL. They use their own version of it. But next time they're using a completely different version that is in-house and is less based off OpenGL. So I'm not even mad at them about that because they can't have backwards compatibility. If they were, they'd have to have two operating systems installed, and every time you wanted to play another game, you had to switch operating systems.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be like another $150.
Yeah.
I'm not that ticked about it. It's just they're progressing in a good way, but you have to. There's sacrifices.
Know what they need
That
to
happened.
do? They need to take the really popular PS3 games, convert them to their new system or whatever, and sell them as DLC on like a market or something. I'd be okay with that.
Right.
It's just make them available to people who want them. And I get it's expensive to do it for every game, but do it for the really like popular ones, like God of War 3.
Skyrim.
God of War, yeah.
They did it for God of War 1, 2, and they
Yeah.
sold it with 3 in that pack. It's called HD or something.
Right.
They did that with Sly Cooper.
Whatever, all their Uncharted and all their crap. I'm not a big.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Sony.
Like I said, I prefer PS3.
I didn't notice that by the lack of Xbox.
No, I have an Xbox. It's just upstairs. I have 2 Xboxes.
I doubt your ability to play it.
Okay.
He can't play it. Doesn't know how. But
couldn't pick up the controller.
The big Sony exclusive that I love is Infamous.
That was a really good game. I
loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, but honestly, some of their exclusives that they're really hyped up for and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Uncharted, that just annoyed me.
Metal Gear Solid. Never got into it.
I'm not a
stealth
person.
guy.
Yeah,
I'm not a stealth guy. But that's weird because I love playing stealth games. It sounds off.
I will play Dishonored to death
all day.
But I hate stealth games.
Yeah, Dishonored almost isn't a stealth thing though.
You can choose. You can choose.
It's so... Bethesda first did a great job with Dishonored in that it was such a huge departure, but it feels very unique when you're playing it. First, I love steampunk, so I love that whole world that the game exists in.
I've got steampunk books right there.
Yeah.
Bone Shaker and Clementine.
Yeah. So I love that steampunk setting, but it's so unique in... It feels like Thief. Have you played Thief?
Yes.
It feels like Thief, and Thief was the greatest stealth game ever made.
Yes.
Thief 2 in particular. But I love Thief, and I'm going to do that for a classic game one week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could just play every Thief game and just we just have the month of classic Thief.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So other tech news that's pretty big right now.
Google Glasses.
GG baby, GG.
Google Glasses.
$1,500. Not gonna buy
$1,500. But you know what? I have a suspicion, and I got it from some article, but that suspicion is that they don't really cost $1,500. But see, they're giving these people names that are investing. They're called explorers, and I think what they're doing is saying we don't want you to use these unless you're willing to love them. So, like, if you're throwing out $1,500, you know, you're an early investor, and first you have a lot of money thrown into it, but you're gonna have a reason to like them.
Exactly.
And the reason is you spent $1,500.
Yeah, you're gonna be really biased.
The only place I could see, and they're specifically not allowing anyone who works for a media company. They're doing background checks on these people.
Oh,
know?
Wow. That's all them right there.
Exactly.
They're smart.
They're smart, and what they're this is like their really early closed beta testing, and you're not allowed to talk about anything.
Right.
Yeah, and like.
Now, do you think these people that are investing are gonna get free versions
yes,
of
they
it
say
later?
that.
Okay.
You get one day you return these and you get one launch day, and but what I think, I can't see it costing more than $1,000 when it comes out. Because I just don't think that they would even put the time in because no one's gonna buy it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking $500. The first iPhone was $500.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Think maybe up to like $600, but I don't think it's gonna like
that much.
go above $700. Like below $700, probably around $500, and then it'll drop to $400 like a few months later and stuff.
I might get one when it's cheaper. Like, when it first comes out, it's probably going to be incredibly overpriced, and then there's probably going to be a bunch of people hating on it.
I've heard lots of rumors it's that 2013 holiday.
Okay.
Like,
really?
Yeah, I've heard lots of rumors. It's people have been talking about it. That's why they're going into testing now, because they've been doing this for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And they're almost to the point, where they don't mind giving them out to people to take home.
Yeah.
You know, which before now to do, it was like, it had to be Google employees only, and it was very closed, and that you couldn't talk about anything. Mm-hmm. And now they're actually, you can pay for it and you can buy the rights to use it. So if anyone with $1,500 and who doesn't work for a media company can go buy one of these, then we're close to them selling. We are.
Yes.
And you're paying $1,000 or so to get it early.
Right.
Which is reasonable. And they wouldn't be at this point where they're willing to give it out unless it was a polished product.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, is it... when you say 500 for a price, do they have any kind of like market inside of it, like like how the Android market works?
You mean
like an app market or
From
anything?
what I understand, it runs a stripped down version of Android.
Really?
Which of course it would, because it's a Google product.
Really?
Google created Android.
Yeah.
But it's a customized version of the Android OS, and I can't confirm this, but what I've heard is that you can modify the operating system on them, like an Android.
That
phone,
is insane.
which is awesome because that leads to huge like different like routes, and like I flash my phone, which is to install a different operating system on it. And see, the networks don't like it because they like to put software on their phone to control what their users do with their network data.
Right.
But if you flash it or whatever, sometimes the network builds a thing into their warranty where you can't flash it. And there's a huge lawsuit going on right now where, it's most people probably know it by the name jailbreaking. Same thing.
Yeah.
Rooting.
Exactly.
Rooting
yeah.
and jailbreaking.
Yeah.
But if it looks like that's going to happen with Google Glasses, and that's amazing to me. It really is.
That like I feel like that could go down a wrong path. Like you could hypnotize people on accident.
Yeah.
Like I have an army.
Yeah, well, it's only a quarter of one of your eye's vision. So it's only an eighth of your vision.
Really?
You know. It's right here, right, the block, but you can see around it like this with your right eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's right there, and it's...
I feel like I'd go crazy.
It's like that thick. But the thing is, though, when it turns off or whatever, there's a little edge, but you can see straight through.
Right.
It's a little like you're looking through a pair of glasses, right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that wouldn't bother me that much. You know,
right.
I think that's just what I think. I've never worn glasses, but I mean, I've worn them every once in a while.
Yeah, like smudges bug the crap out of me, and
yeah.
I think that's a preference kind of thing.
Yeah, if I remember right, you have contacts or something, right?
No.
That's me, bro.
I know that was you.
Yeah.
I knew that was you, but I thought it's someone else. I'm thinking of, whatever.
Dropping the ball.
Dropping the ball. Someone else with the name S.
Silly Sally.
Silly sassy Sally.
She's
this South African.
South African.
Silly Sally's
the white one.
Hey, a lot of people in South Africa are white.
Exactly. The rich one too.
All those British.
Okay.
But I'm really pumped about Google Glasses. I think it's going to be a great thing.
I think I'm going to have to wait until I can see a little bit more of it.
Well, I think we're not going to hear anything until midsummer, and advertisements will be everywhere.
Right.
It's going to be insane. Because Google, probably the biggest deal about this is for the first time ever, with the Nexus, not the Nexus 7, for the first time ever with the Nexus Q, which I guarantee you haven't heard of. It was a little ball, and it was a media player for your whole house. You could plug speakers into it. You could sync up wireless speakers and do all the stuff, sync up your phone and your TV. And it was just like you turn the top for volume, and it glowed when it was doing stuff. And it was awesome. It was like futuristic. You could control your whole house entertainment-wise from the Nexus Q. And it was $200. And they manufactured it in-house. They have their own factories and stuff. They weren't selling it to another company like Samsung or Foxconn to go make.
Right. That's good.
And before that, they'd never done it. And they're making Google Glasses in-house, which means that they control every single part of the process. And the way they handled the Nexus 7, where they sold it at a loss to get it in more people's hands.
Right.
It cost them $250 to make. They sold it for $200. Because they make all their money from the Google market.
Yeah.
Right.
And they want you to be on there. So I think they're going to sell the glasses cheaper than it is to make.
That's what I would bet. You know?
Yeah. And so it makes me positive about the future.
Yeah. That it also scares me a little bit.
A little bit.
I get a little bit of fear thinking of one piece of technology controlling my whole house. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just Terminator fears from childhood. Anyways.
I mean, you can already technically say one piece technology does control your whole house. The circuit board, that's inside the little power thing.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, but he's not doing anything. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, he's like the janitor at your school. He's not going to shoot up the school. It's going to be, I don't know.
That got dark.
That
was
really
a,
did. That was
a
horrible.
We're
really
going to
dark
bleep
metaphor.
that out.
No, we're not gonna bleep it out. We're gonna let everybody know what kind of person you are.
Okay, that's going to be me. I'm going to shoot up the school.
Okay, now
It's getting even worse.
It's okay.
Okay.
I only thought about suicide.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Anxiety.
This is
Your
horrible.
children deal with it.
Oh.
This is horrible.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh.
Alright, GIMP.
GIMP. We're gonna move on to open source programs, and now I mostly write the open source stuff. But credit to Scott, he uses most of the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't have a computer, so you guys have fun. I'll be sitting here like I
Yeah.
was the last 5 minutes.
So
I'm
you
really
threatened to
sorry.
shoot people at a
I'm
school.
really sorry. Just thinking over there, I'm gonna kill everybody.
It's how it works, man.
GIMP is... See, the problem is there isn't a whole lot to talk about these, but everybody knows what an open source program is. Well, most people do. If you listen to this, you almost certainly do. And
I wouldn't say that yet.
open source is stuff where the source code is the code that makes up a program. And most companies, I'm talking almost all of them, are closed source, which means you don't know what's going on up in there. Apple, Google, like most of Google stuff, not all though, because Google made Chromium and Android, and those are open source. And and then like Apple's closed source, Microsoft closed source, all this stuff's closed source. Ubuntu is an open source. Linux and Ubuntu's a section of Linux. Linux is an open source operating system. Well, we do a little thing Thursday where it's the namesake article. It's called Open Source for the Soul, where I'll talk about a free, awesome open source program that you can go use. You can donate to it. You can help out making it. Just go volunteer to help develop it or bug test. And I've done two, and the first one was GIMP, which stands for GNU, which is it's a section of Linux, and it's called Image Manipulation Project, and it's a bunch of people. It's been around for a lot of years. They all work on it for free, no pay, in their spare time. And they use GNU to create this image manipulation program, and it's basically free Photoshop. that's the simple way to do it. Except you can add plugins to it, and it's a lot more customizable than Photoshop is.
Right.
But of course, on the other side of the coin, the UI isn't quite as intuitive. It's a little bit less user friendly, you know. It's a little less stable. It's stable, it's just a little less stable. Especially if you do beta builds. But it's a very powerful tool. You know. This part of the podcast is just going to be me talking a lot.
Yeah.
And then just this last week I did Audacity, which is what we recorded the podcast on. And Audacity is just another open source program.
What?
They're over there having conversations. Audacity is an open source audio recorder, which is different from GIMP in that it is incredibly easy to use. It is very, very easy to use. You know, from that, the UI is great to move around. Everything's where you think it is. You can output to anything. You could stream live audio onto the web. You can do almost anything with Audacity, and anything it can't do, you can add stuff to, which is why I love Audacity. So you should use both of those. If you can, you should donate to the developers. If you want to get to know how to work with stuff, or you want to just help out, and you just go help out. They both have help out, get involved pages. And even if you're not that great with stuff, you can bug test, which is a great way to learn about how code works. So those both are amazing things. Everybody should get involved if they can, if you have the time. And if you don't, just donate to the devs, because I've done some work with open source programs, and I'm not that great, and I've only done a little bit, but no one works harder, which is amazing because they're not getting paid. Anyway. All right, so Matt's monologue is now ended.
Well, that was fun. Me and Scott had a great debate in silence.
Half in silence.
Half in silence.
What? Did you say something?
I don't know what happened. It's just like you were trying to be quiet, and I realized this, but I wasn't having that shit.
It's just like, silence.
He was like motioning to me and stuff, and I was just like, what? That's where the random what came from. But now you know. Oh,
The more
side
you
note,
know.
Side note, real quick. I know you know this because you liked it on Facebook. Whose Line Is It Anyways is coming back to television.
Whose Line? Woo!
Thank God.
Is it gonna have everyone back on it?
Oh, Drew Carey's not gonna be on it.
Oh, for God's
I
sake.
can deal with that.
Wayne Brady, Colin Mockery, and Ryan Stiles.
Okay,
all
that's
gonna be on
all I care about.
Yeah.
Those three. I'm just like, Drew Carey was holding back. Kick him off the show. Anyway, no, I'm really pumped about that because I watched every episode of Whose Line.
So have I.
No one mentioned it.
Do you have any
Not
idea
the
what
top
Whose
five.
Line is?
No, I'm not getting into it. We got to move on.
Improv is amazing.
Yes.
Improv.
Okay.
Ass Cat. If you haven't seen it, go watch Ass Cat. Upright Citizens were great on Netflix. It's great.
We skipped Civ 5. Should we go back to that?
Let's discuss Civ 5 a little bit. Civ 5 came out a couple years ago, but last year Gods and Kings came out. In case you don't know, probably do. Civ 5 is a civilization simulator, but in a loose way because it's a lot more of a game than it is a simulator.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this is one all of us know really well, so I'm not going to talk the whole time.
Exactly.
Like,
simple. Be China, overpopulate the world, screw everyone else. That's how
Oh,
it
come
goes.
on. Okay. I have a couple Let's Plays of Civilization on my channel. I always pick Germany, alright?
The diamonds are here!
the diamonds are here! That's an inside joke. We played Civ a couple times. We always, at least to me, Germany's always a nice dude.
Yeah!
Like, he's supposed to be a warmonger. He's always just like, you're my bro.
Yeah! And then you get Gandhi invading you.
And I get all these people like invading me, and who always send an army, and they'll never be there in time.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if you think about it, it was like the Mongols,
Yeah.
Rome, and who else was it?
It was Askia.
Yeah.
I forget who they're called.
The
Askia?
The
I
Hun?
know who you're talking about, but
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The
The
Hun?
black guy. They're from.
Yeah.
They're
No,
from
no.
Africa.
He's got the burning
Yeah,
place in the background.
the guy who had a background of a war-torn city.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Every time he tries to negotiate peace, I'm just like, bullshit.
No, like they're all around us, and I just knew.
Every time I see him and he's like, "Hey, your empire sucks," I'm like, "Well, mine's not on fire."
No, it's not burning to the ground.
And then every time you see, is it Elizabeth? Is that who they have?
Yeah, the
And you're just
English.
like, oh, you crafty bitch.
She's such a stuck-up bitch in that game.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
I love playing as England though.
She
Because longbowmen rule.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Anyways.
why I like Germany is because you can get panzers and they can attack twice and they can move after they attack and shit. It's just like they're unstoppable pretty much, and they're late game stuff.
My favorite Civ, the French, and that's
France. It's
the
the France.
why France, the French. I switched those two.
You got that problem.
Yes. I called a truck a 17-wheeler yesterday. Not a clue why.
Then he moved up from 17 to 70.
Yeah.
It's a good time. He still couldn't explain it to me. It's like a tricycle. You know?
They put one wheel in the front.
It's a really big wheel.
A really big wheel. No, my favorite Civ is France, and that's because I like stacking 3 cities or 4 cities early, making massive, ridiculous cities. I have one game going now. I have 48 in one city, 32 in another city, 25 in another city, and 20 in another city. But I'm close to 50, which is the biggest city I've ever had. So, but that's 1 million people, I think. It doesn't matter. It's a population number.
Right. No, the game's good. You should check it out. We were having fun. What did we do exactly?
We were China, and we're only like 50 turns in.
Right.
Because I haven't uploaded the first one because I was
Right.
uploading it last night and it
Right.
crashed. But we've played China like up to 50 turns. That'll probably be up like tonight or tomorrow
I
night.
think we were harassed.
We were harassed by Sukhothai, which was the Thai. They're called something weird,
Yeah.
but they're in that area. But I was saying my favorite city is France because I like to stack 3 or 4 cities until I get to the Renaissance, when France gets all their special soldiers. You know, they and then just army murder the world. Not a chance. Like they're so high on science and money and culture, and France gets like better soldiers for your culture level, so you just wipe the world out. It's amazing.
I have like, I guess you would call it like completionist syndrome or something in that game, because every time I see a world wonder, I'm like, I'm gonna build that. I am gonna build that, and there's nothing you can do. If I get attacked, I'm fucked. I have 0 troops, but I'm gonna build a Statue of
Look at
Liberty.
the Great Wall of China. It doesn't even fit right, but I got it.
Yeah. No, I like in that last game where I was playing as France, my main city was in a desert, but it had lots of production. I had gotten to where I could build world, because I built every world wonder, so I got all those build wonders faster.
Yeah,
Building wonders in 1 or 2 turns.
exactly.
Just throwing them up.
Yes.
Just like I could build the soldier I need, wonder in 2 turns.
And then if I see if there's a building you can make, because it's a permanent upgrade, and permanent upgrades are so much better than having troops roaming around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I just build all the buildings, and by the time I start picking a fight, I'm like, okay, this guy's pissing me off. I'm gonna attack you with this scout.
The amazing part though is you get to where your cities are amazing and they have all this production and you have all this money.
Yeah, that's the
Once you
thing.
get the war machine rolling,
Oh,
you just
yeah.
it's
unstoppable.
It's insane.
I could
That's
build my
why-
panzers.
It's like the USA in World War II.
Yeah,
It's
like-
like once the war machine gets going, you will all die.
It's like when we were playing Rome, right?
Uh-huh.
And we got invaded, and we didn't even focus on military. It was like our weakest aspect. And we just got all the way up to this great production rate. We switched everything to production, and we also hit, I think it was was it Classic?
Classic.
It was Classic, and we got all the Roman legionaries, and we were literally building roads to these kingdoms.
Yeah.
And just wiping
Yeah,
them out.
Send your army to march, make a road to the kingdom as you go there.
Just shovel
Then
it along.
Take the city, and you're just like, hey, we have a new city with a road to it.
And like, we didn't even do it to be dicks. We were invaded by 3 different nations at once.
Exactly. No,
And
it's-
Germany was just over there, and they finally showed up to help, and it
Yeah,
was too
right as
late.
we were destroying the second one, and we had peace with the third one,
Yeah.
the German army shows up, and it's massive. We're
The
taking our
Germans
city.
are here!
And we're just like, the Germans are here. We were like, take our city. The Germans are going home.
And they would just, oh man, they even tried to take the cities. They
Here's
couldn't
the
do it.
problem I have with it though, is every time city states are like, yo, can you help me out, bro? And I'm like, I guess I need to make some friends and junk. And then you go and then you take over a city state and everyone's like, wow, that guy's a douche.
Yeah, just
And everyone hates you because the city
every
state was
city
like, I need
state
help.
doesn't trust you.
Yeah.
They're permanently at war with you or something.
Yeah.
That's
It's
actually
horrible.
happened. They can every city state
Yeah, I
will
know.
permanently declare war on you if you take enough
Exactly.
city states.
I'm gonna be honest with the new religion system. Don't even use it. Like we
Really?
tried using it in Rome.
I
don't even
use it. I use it a lot, but I play a lot. But no, it's just if you get into religion early, and you focus entirely on spreading it as fast as you can, then you'll get massive benefits.
Right.
Just like go into there's a certain one that makes it spread like 34% faster, and then 68% faster when you get the printing press, and that's amazing.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Anyways, Civ 5, Gods and Kings, Sid Meier's something. Yeah, go buy it.
Yeah.
Go
Do
buy
we
it.
have any upcoming Let's Plays that we haven't started?
That we haven't started. We have a lot we haven't uploaded.
I have
Like-
one I haven't started, but I'm going to.
Oh gosh.
I was.
We were gonna do Aliens Colonial Marines.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And
no,
that
man.
flopped like it was nobody's business.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
That flopped like a dead fish.
Yeah. In fact, I have the game, haven't even played it. Just
Oh.
not that interested in it. It just, I wasn't even that excited about it in the first place. Tony was going to record a Let's Play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a big Aliens fan.
Yeah.
Go
But,
James Cameron. Second movie
Yeah.
only.
James Cameron. But it I could kind of see it coming. Like, if the game looked okay.
Right.
But I didn't expect for it to fail so hard.
No, like it looked okay. Like, it looked better than Alien versus Predator, the one that had coming out.
Yeah.
Was it 2009, 10? So, something in there.
It fell to the same thing Homefront fell to, in my opinion. And that was...
Oh, Homefront couldn't fall that hard.
It felt like they didn't work enough. Like, the story was a great concept, but executed poorly.
Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly how I felt about the game.
Exactly.
And it was awful. I'm afraid all companies are going to do this now. They did a bait and switch where they had like an entirely different game for the trial.
Yeah.
For actual like media people to play.
Yeah.
And then the media people look stupid and they're like, well, no, it was a completely different game. And they just do a bait and switch because they sold it out, you know?
Yeah.
They sold out parts of the game.
Uh-huh.
You know, they outsourced it and it was just ridiculous. It was it was sad.
It was a money grab.
It
and
was.
I think we all know that looking back. And it's sad, but it happens in a lot of games.
Yep. Screw you guys.
Anyway.
Can't even remember who developed it, but just shove it up your butthole.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we've been playing D&D a lot more lately.
Yeah, that was the next subject on the list.
Yeah. Anyway, and I'm the DM in our group. We haven't actually uploaded any of the D&D stories, but I write on Reddit. I'll often write a little bit about our group every week or so. I haven't done it in a while, but about our adventures and stuff. And it's reasonably popular. It gets a fair amount of upvotes and comments and stuff. But I was thinking, why don't we turn it to a segment on the site? You know, it just makes sense. Because we're doing all these other articles and videos and stuff. So we were going to start doing that either, I'll write it up this weekend or next weekend. But as it is, if you're still listening at this point...
I doubt you are.
And if you are... High five.
High five, because
I'll send you a T-shirt that we haven't made yet.
Exactly. And I'll do a quick run through of the characters, I guess. The current adventure is set about 120 years after the last adventure. Because we've had a whole set of characters that we got to where we were done with the characters and they reached their end of the stories and everything. So I decided I was going to advance the whole world and we'd start up again. You know. So, for now, if you really want to follow the characters like in depth, you should read the articles that I'll start putting up. But we can go ahead and describe the characters.
That'll work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm the DM, and my name is Matt, and I'm a fat guy, and I'm funny, and I love technology, and I tell stories. So Scott, tell a little about.
All right. My character's name is Oris. Much like my previous character, who was Orsic.
Orsic?
Yeah, I think it was Orsic. I didn't even know it was the same name.
He forgot his last character's name.
We never said it, and then I look back on it, and I'm like, wow.
You were just the dwarf cleric.
Yeah, I was the dwarf cleric.
Right now, we just call you Deva anyway. It's like, I didn't even know you were Ors until
I forgot
you
your name last time we were playing, when we were playing the adventure where you guys split up. Tell about that.
Yeah.
I forgot your name, and I just called you Scott's character.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
So I'm an invoker, which means I just make it where people can't do stuff. It's pretty fun.
You're called a controller.
Pretty much, yeah.
He usually doesn't want to do stuff either. He does it... Like, I had a crazy plan the other day involving a Minotaur. I hope he writes that one up soon. That'll be funny.
That was stupid, and I can't believe it ended up working.
In a roundabout
D20s, man. D20s.
D20s. Nat 20s is what they're called.
Yeah, but D20s.
The
D20 is the actual die, I know, but it's my favorite phrase, D20s.
D20?
D20s. Go ham.
Yeah. 1D20.
Nat 20s, man. Nat 20s.
Yeah.
And one of the characters I also control, we have like side characters.
Yeah.
Is this guy named Zeth who sucks at almost everything except being a thief.
And he sort of sucks at that.
A little bit.
No, the one time we gave him a job.
He failed miserably.
I mean, like, He's like a companion, and when we first picked him up, the guy was like dead, and we had to drag him through a sewer.
Well, we didn't necessarily plan on picking him up.
To be fair, you all killed him or
Yeah.
brought him to the point of death, and then changed your mind and decided to take him with you.
Because one guy in the group is neutral good, which would be me.
Yeah.
So
No, to be honest, I'm shocked Phil left him alive. Like,
I'm shocked Phil is
Phil
alive.
didn't remember that was the fight where Phil stabbed himself in the leg and fell on the ground crying.
that's right. We were carrying two people through the sewers.
Exactly.
That's a great adventure. You should read about that when
Yeah.
it comes out.
All right. So Tony's character, Gabriel the rapist, as he will be known.
I'm not Gabriel.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, Isaac. Isaac the rapist, as you should be known.
Yes, that was another accidental nat 20. When you nat 20 so hard that you rape a woman, you got problems.
Yeah.
And I don't usually have 99 problems, but raping a woman is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad. Anyways, I'm a human. Whoa, I'm fancy.
Yeah.
I'm an Avenger, which essentially, if you don't have any good ideas of my character, he's like an Assassin's Creed Ezio. I don't know. That's how he ended up being. I didn't mean for it to be that
Except
way.
he uses religion.
Yeah, he does religion shots, yeah. And he...
I think you need to start carrying around Bibles as your ranged weapon.
Well, I left
just like
it...
throw them at
I
people.
they
left
have-
the church.
They're not
Yeah.
like, if you know. First off, I should say this: the place set we're doing this in Forgotten Realms, Faerun, but a heavily modified version I made myself based on stuff that happened, and they're following a religion he invented last time. And Tony. See, Tony's going to sound really insane to anyone who's listening to him because he was talking about school shootings, raping women, and now I'm going to say his last character was a dictator who used religion to take over the world.
I essentially started the Nazi party.
Yes, and they were called Hydra, and the religion he invented was called Korn, and the end of his character was he actually became the god Korn. So a lot of people worship this religion called Kornism
Because
now,
everyone else is dead.
in the future.
There's like two... Yeah, I done did fucked up the world. I apologize. That'll be another thing.
Yeah. Anyway, everyone worships this religion called Kornism, and they're all, well, not all of them, not Scott's character.
Bahamut.
Yeah, he follows Bahamut, which everyone knows. Bahamut.
Old world gods.
Old world gods. But Kornism is one of the big religions, and he is an Avenger who is of the religion of Korn.
I was trained in the temple, and then I left it because I was tired of doing shit.
Exactly. You're damn right.
I quit being a priest, essentially.
Anyway, so
A
Scott's
badass priest.
character is... Scott changed his character, so we killed off one. You'll find that out. Oop, big spoiler.
Wait, are you talking about
No,
Tyler?
we're talking about Tyler.
Tyler's
You
character.
said my
Yeah.
name. when you
I
meant
want
Tyler.
to say with me and mixing up names the last couple days. I had this big speech about something, and I started with someone's name, and then I switched names and all this stuff. But Tyler's character Lark, we ended up killing him off, giving him a new name called, giving him a new character called Toxel, Dragonborn.
How did we get to that?
Because he had his first character, Tylarius, which that's the first article you know about him, was a human fighter, and he's like, we're going to make new characters, all go in different directions. His was like, I'll make a human fighter.
Yeah, he changed it up real hard.
At least now he's a Dragonborn Warden, which is like a druid tank kind of thing.
It's essentially like me and Scott had to spend like an hour convincing him that he should go with this because it's like a fighter but different.
Yeah, exactly.
And more
We
badass.
had to make those points to him because he was like, you know, I'm gonna be a human barbarian this time.
It's-
And we were just like, oh my god, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we were like, why don't you be a warden? He's like, but I can only hold one weapon. Like, I can only use... No, wait, was it two-handed weapons he wanted, or just one-handed?
I think he wanted to
He
dual
wanted two-handed.
He wanted it two-handed.
But the wardens don't have proficiency in that, so he's like, I don't want to be it because I'm not gonna have my old character's sword. That's the only reason he wants it.
What?
But you can get feats to train in two-handed weapons, which we had to tell him to do.
That guy.
It just gets complicated sometimes.
It's like playing D&D with Devin. God.
Anyway, We don't really hate Tyler that much. It just sounds like
No,
we
it
do.
really does sound like it.
We just got a little bit frustrated with
Yeah.
that. It's like me watching Matt play Orcs Must Die 2. It's the most irritating thing on earth for him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally try to take control of the game. It's like, no, Matt, you should put this here.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, it's like when I watch someone play Portal for the first time. It's
Yeah.
like, no.
No, come on!
Yeah, but so we have Toxel right there. Then we also have Phil, the amazing paladin.
That's the reason I met the group.
Yeah, basically, he was with Phil, who's a paladin, but for the religion of Khorne. And Phil is incredibly incompetent, yet when we were rolling up his stats, for NPCs, we use a method where we just roll a 1d20, and that's their stat. And Phil rolled 2 nat 20s, 2 19s, and like a 16, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I think
I think there was an 18 in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, remember his lowest was 12. So he's got strength of 12, constitution of 16, dexterity of 12, intelligence 20, wisdom 20, and charisma 18.
Why did you have to spend all the 20s on Phil, Tony? Anyway, so he's supposed to be incompetent, but his stats are ridiculously good. And they just met a Dragonborn named Barry, who is a ranger.
We're not very good with names. We actually got a name list.
Yes, we got a name list, but I mostly just kind of name people random stuff.
Yeah.
And all the females are Sarah and Samantha.
It's Samantha.
And
No,
Samantha.
today I actually named a girl a name that made sense, didn't I?
Yeah.
I changed the Kazaz's daughter. You'll know about Kazaz
Yeah.
to be Kiera instead of Samantha or something.
No, it was Sarah.
It
Kiera.
was Sarah? Kiera.
You couldn't go with Kira.
I think that's what it
It's
was.
spelled the exact same way.
I think it was Kiera. Whatever. Well, then it's just pronunciation. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
No.
snap. Great
Anyway,
argument.
Barry, whose his stats are, no joke, strength 6, constitution 1, dexterity 12, intelligence 5, wisdom 11, charisma 13.
I think Tyler rolled on that one.
No.
Okay, no.
Wait,
well,
maybe.
Zeph has obviously the worst.
Yeah.
Alright, strength 6.
Well, Barry is a glass cannon.
Constitution 3, dexterity 19. That's what he's good at. He's a thief.
He's a thief. At least it was in the important one.
Intelligence 10, wisdom 12, and charisma a whopping 1.
2 1s.
He's very ugly.
It's like the opposite of Phil, who had 2 20s. Even Barry only had 1 1.
How did we get ones? Out of 6. Come on.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So those are all the characters in this core group, and we're gonna be uploading that every week. We're actually gonna play some D&D as soon as we're done recording.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be how Scott's character, whatever is that, Orsig, or Orsig.
No, that was my old character.
War
Oris.
pig.
Oris.
Oris.
Man bear pig.
The war pig. How Oris is getting back together with the group because they were split up. Anyway, actually, they technically haven't been split up yet. They're about to be split up, and then they're about to get back together.
No, we're not even that far. Good
No,
Lord.
we're not. They're still back on
Okay.
Olympus.
Oh.
But anyway, I think we're pretty much done. So
Hold on. Let's come up with a name for the adventures.
the adventures.
The adventures of D&D.
Well, the first saga, the saga of Tylarius and Gabriel of them, is called The Rise of the Hydric Empire.
Right.
And it actually ends when you guys die is the fall of the Hydric Empire. So, you know what? This one's called The Fall of the Hydric Empire. This adventure.
Okay. All
There you
right.
go.
All right.
I
That's,
think we should make, it can sound like it's about to be a bad joke or something. A human, a dragonborn, and a deva walk into an empire.
Phil makes some trouble, and we all go to hell.
There you go. Anyway,
Uh,
yeah. So check out. Well, I'm gonna start writing the Rise of the Hydric Empire out, and we're gonna be playing the Fall of the Hydric Empire, which will then go to you guys. Anyway, we have something else we wanted to talk about
I mean,
before.
just an overview of the launch. Any
Okay.
thoughts on it?
Talk about the side itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Who's starting? Why are you guys looking at me?
Come on, Scott.
I
Get
have
it
peace
together.
out. Where's
Scott, you
it?
got an answer.
Okay,
You're the technical director.
All right. Well, I think we have huge potential here, and if we just get everything together, we can start doing stuff more consistently, and we'll get like a huge fan base eventually.
One day.
Fingers crossed.
One day.
And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're in the early stages. We can't really tell how it's gonna turn out. It could be
Crazy
heads or
idea.
tails,
Hold
but-
on. Share this with your friends!
Share it with your friends. If you like us, if you don't, do it anyway, because fuck you. That's how you
There
know
was
if
gonna
that's...
be one guy that's like, you know what? If they're really nice to me right now, I probably will share. And if you don't like us, fuck you. That's not nice. I'm done.
Done.
And from a technical perspective, opensourceforthesoul.com, it's a WordPress site. Most people know that. Visit it, comment on it, create a WordPress account, check it out.
I thought we went up from WordPress.
It's still in the WordPress system. The way it works is we're hosted by WordPress,
You're right.
but we own our own domain.
Which is just
opensourceforthesoul.com.
Right.
We own, I'm just hosting it as a WordPress site instead of, we can move it into like our own server, we can host it somewhere else. But it is a WordPress site, but we own our domain and we own our hosting. And so it's entirely controlled by us
Okay.
on our end.
Right.
But go ahead, you can use your WordPress account or you can create a side account. But you can also log into a Facebook account if you really want to. But you just comment, talk about the stuff, share it with your friends or whatever. We just got into this because we thought it'd be awesome to produce content because we all love it,
Yep.
and we
Professional Let's Play watcher right here.
yeah. Anyway, okay, so I think that's pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for listening. And I'm Matt.
I'm Scott.
I'm Tony. Quad Pod represent.
And thanks for listening. Goodbye.